Right, today, Saturday, like I say, it's the golden rod today at Southfield Reservoir. And the weather all week has been miserable. It has warmed up a little bit. I mean, it's 7 degrees. I think it got to about 11 a couple of days ago. But we've had loads of rain and it's cloudy and miserable and drizzling now. So it's not the best of weather. But at least we're not going to be absolutely freezing. So Southfield Res, can be a very cruel place that. I've known matches where 30 have turned up and 26 have blanked. Blankety blank, we don't want one of those, do we? So it's going to be a tough day today. I've just arrived at the Old George pub, so I'll be going in, draw my peg in there, have a breakfast first. Right, the golden rod, zones of 20. If you win your zone of 20, you qualify for the final. There will also be some sections paid out. It's usually about 50 quid per section, and you're fishing against 10 other people, so there's a little bit to fish for. And tactics today, it's not going to be a lot of feed. I think I'll probably only put pinkies into my ground bait. I'm probably going to hit the usual lines. Is a 25 and 50 metre line. It'd be daft to ignore those lines because that's where most of the bait goes most of the time. The fish will be used to bait being there, so that's probably what I'm going to fish. I'm probably going to fish 25 metres and 50 metres and alternate the lines and see how we go. So I haven't decided how long I'm going to leave it in. I'll make my mind up. I'm not sure which line I'm going to start with first. I might even start, because I've got a feeling everybody's going to go long, which might leave me with the short line to myself. So I might end up putting a couple long, just a little bit of bait long to start with, just 2 little medium feeders, and have a go on the short line. So we'll see. I'll decide when I get there, and I'll speak to you on the bank. So I'm going to nip in for a breakfast, and we'll see you at the draw. So fingers crossed for a good peg. We'll see you soon. Ta-ta.
Just finish off these lads. Just finish off.
B for the ball.
It's B boys, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. 63.
63.
And your pal.
It's mega.
63. So we'll see you on the bank. See you soon.
One down.
Here we go, mate.
Right, fisher people, I'm here, I'm all ready. I'm on peg 63 as you saw at the draw. It's quite tightly packed, you know. I mean, the guy to my left, he can't be more than 10 or 12 yards away at the very, very most, say 12 or 13 maybe. So we're all tightly packed in here. Everybody thinks, oh, it's all in, it's all in. Everybody thinks it's going to be absolutely rock hard. And I think it could be. We are literally fishing for bites and hoping to try and get a fish or two. So I have clipped up at 50 metres and 25. I've also got some casters in my bait. I've got casters, pinkies, maggots and a bit of dark ground bait. Now the ground bait I've mixed with, I know the guys have been catching quite a lot of roach on the canal, on hemp. So I've actually put a little bit of black roach in my mixture, not a lot, only about 1/3 to 2/3 of the rest. And then I've got F1 sweetening for the sweetness, and I've got a little bit of the Sonu dark method mix, because I know they do like pellets here. I've heard Tommy Pickering's on about using the banjo, which I'm assuming it'll probably be pellets. So I'm quite happy with the mixture. I've not got a lot of bait, I'm not intending to put a lot in. I'm going to throw one out there. And now the guy that won it last time here put no bait in and had half-hour casts. So I think I'm going to probably have up to 20 minutes on the long line. But on my short line, because I'm not putting any bait in, I'm probably going to give that up to 10 minutes start with for the first 2 or 3 casts. Then I'll start to leave it a bit longer. So that's my approach. Everybody has a thought as going long. Between 50 and 60 metres with look of it, you're going to need some mighty casts. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that one bit of feed out there. I'm not going to overfeed it whatsoever. Just ground bait and a few pinkies. And then I'm going to go on the short line. I've got some really tiny little feeders that I'm using today. So I'll probably have maybe half a dozen pinkies and ground bait in there. And I'll probably have 2 dead reds. I'll alternate it for a dead red and a pinky, or 2 pinkies, and we'll see how we get on. So I best get thrown in, otherwise I'm never going to catch anything. So oh, there's one other line. There's one at about 8 meters here that is deeper than anywhere on the reservoir. Now the casters that I've got, I'm going to put casters and pinkies down if there's absolutely nothing going. So if I open that up at 8 meters, I'm just going to put quite a lot of casters and pinkies down there, because you can pick roach, and I have had bream down there, but not every time I've turned up it's been like a hit and miss line. It's a throwaway line. It's not going to affect the lines that I'm targeting today, so we'll just see how things go and we'll take it from there. So I'll give you an update shortly once I've got fishing. See you soon. Right, fisher people, we're an hour and 15 minutes in, and there's been 1 fish caught, and he's 2 pegs down from me. I've not had a line, I've not had a bite. Nobody's had a bite. I've not seen anybody catch to my left. I've not seen anybody catch to my right. I've got a funny feeling there could be plenty of blanks today, but all you can do is keep casting, keep doing what you're doing. I'm not putting too much bait in. A few little pinkies in with my ground bait. I tried my short line. I didn't have a look. I didn't have a touch on that. We're just over 2 hours in, and I've had 3 or 4 20-minute, 22-minute casts on the 50-meter line, and I've had nothing, absolutely zero. Somebody's texting around, and there's been 5 fish caught out of 56 fishermen. The guy to my right, he's had 0. The one further down, he had a fish about an hour ago, about 2.5 pound bream it was. Right people, it's 1:30, we finish at 3:15, and still no bites, no indications, and been no bites to my left. I've heard there may be 4 fish caught to my left all the way down. In my zone of 20, there's the guy 2 pegs down that's had one about 2.5 pound and one about 8 pegs down. So in my zone there's been 2 fish caught. Right then folks, we're into the last hour, and just to make things worse, I know you might think, I'm looking at it now, it looks glorious, and it's a little bit warmer now that sun's out, but the only problem is I can virtually see straight to the bottom. That cannot be any good for here. I mean, it's been bad enough as it is when it were overcast with a bit of chop on it. It looked perfect, and there were no bites then, so that's, to me, it's just even worse now. I know it's a bit more comfortable because we're a bit warmer, but it's no good when you're bream fishing like this. Still no bites. Guy to my left's had nothing. I've not seen anybody to my left catch. Guy to my right, he's had nothing. Like I say, I still think there's only 2 fish down in our zone being caught. Right. How many minutes? We've about 12 minutes to go. Not had a bite. And it ain't just me. I bet there's 40 people not had a bite today or more. It's been really tough.
You've got to laugh. It is the day after, and I've just been thinking about it. Oh dear, another blank. But I wasn't on my own. It was a tough old day there. Tough old day. I think it was 56 anglers there, and there's got to be 45 or 46, maybe 47 anglers that are blanked. And to top it all off, I keep laughing at myself when I think about it. I actually fished a really tidy match. A tidy match, and you didn't even have a bite. I felt like I did absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure there's a fair few other anglers have done the same. Not too much feed. I was happy with the ground bait I got. Hook length, 50cm hook length with 5 or 6 inch boom, ideal for where I was. It was quite silty where I was. Couldn't find a hard patch at all. I know when I've fished there before, I've not fished in the 60s, which is where I was on peg 63. It's definitely siltier there than in the 40s, 30s, 40s and 50s, without a shadow of a doubt. I like to twitch the feeder back towards me after it's been in a little while, just to straighten the hook length out. And it was getting stuck, and that was even on my 25 metre line with a 20 gram feeder. I went to a 15 gram little cage feeder. That was okay, but I had no chance at 50 metres with the 30 gram feeder. I certainly want to reach with a 20 or a 15. That was settling in the silt, so I had to sort of lift it up and hopefully some bait had come out. I was actually packing the feeder, only small feeders. I wasn't squeezing it too tight. I was doing it as light as I dare, so hopefully when it hits the water it does release some bait. But like you say, you've only got maybe 3.5 foot out there when you're at 50 metres. It's not very deep at all. I didn't even think about doing the 8 metre line. These are a deeper section there that it goes off maybe up to about 4.5 foot there, maybe even 5 in patches. It's like a trench that goes all the way across about 8 metres or so. But the water clarity was that clear. There ain't no way there were going to be any fish there, so I didn't even give that a go. I just get alternating the 25 metre line, the 50 metre line. I was planning on doing a few 6 or 7 minute casts to start with, but as soon as I saw the water clarity I thought, well, there's absolutely no point of that. I was giving them 15 minutes as quick casts on the short line, which I then went to 20-25 minute casts, and the same on the long line, 20-25 minutes on the long line. And the tip never moved, so, and I don't think it moved for 40 odd other people. It was a tough old day, tough old day. I did have a word with a couple of lads that caught fish, and they were catching pretty much on what I, oh my goodness, how rude, how rude. Catching on the on double dead red. I think somebody caught on 2 small pieces of worm. I tried all of those with pinkies and everything else, and resulted in 0 bites. So that's how the match has gone. I have got to say, I've got to mention this week in the goldenrod, at the last goldenrod match that I fished, the guy's name that I forgot who qualified at Carmill Dam was called Graham Lewis, and I actually met him there and we had a little laugh and a giggle about it, because I remembered the other 2 guys' names but I couldn't remember his name. But Graham, as soon as I saw him there, I went, Graham Lewis. I said, I do apologise, and he's watched the video, so he did have a laugh about it. So Graham Lewis, he actually won the match yesterday with 2 nice bream for £6 something or other, but he'd already qualified. So, but yesterday he was yesterday's mightiest fisherman, so well done Graham Lewis, and I do apologise again for the few weeks before. But your qualifiers, Charlie Simpson's qualified again for the final, Nick Crooks qualified, and Steve Curtis, and they've qualified with sort of £3 and £4, and one, I think 2 of them had 1 fish and 1 of them had 2 fish, I think, for those weights. But like I said, there was only 7 or 8 people caught that day. I think that day, if you had the right lottery tickets, you might have had a bite. That's how it felt. I don't think that even the mightiest fishermen, I don't think would have caught in most of those pegs. The odds were against you. It was very, very difficult, but that's how fishing can be in winter, especially at Southfield, with it being as shallow as what it is, and the water clarity. Like I say, if there's a lot more wind on there, which would make it really cold, so very difficult, it'll churn the silt up, put a bit of colour in, then you'll probably catch. So, but who am I? That's just my way of thinking. So it was a tough old day And I've never met Mark O'Neill before. He actually, I've got to say, he did a champion job. So Mark O'Neill, what a fantastic job he did yesterday of organising the whole day. So well done, Mark O'Neill. And I do feel like I know him now, actually. Even though I introduced myself at the end at the presentation, I do feel like I know him, because even though he was about 6 pegs down, he never shut up all day long. So we had a laugh and a giggle. We had nothing else to do though, had we? So we were all shouting at each other because it was a good crack. So thanks for keeping us entertained, Mark O'Neill. Nice one, son. So that's pretty much it about Southfield Reservoir. I am going for another go on the 4th of January. Why not? Seems like 1 or 2 fish could get you through there. So it's just like I say, it's a bit of a lottery. So we shall see how I get on the 4th of January. Fingers crossed for a pull or 2. I hope you've enjoyed this. Well, it's an action camera, like I've said before, with absolutely zero action. There's nothing we can do about it, but I hope you still enjoyed the video. The insight to Southfield Reservoir in the winter can be very, very cruel, and it was. So if you do like my videos that I'm putting out there, guys, if you haven't subscribed, it's absolutely free to subscribe. So just press the subscribe button. If you click the notification bell, you will get notifications as we upload new videos. So once again, thank you very much for watching my video, and we shall see you on the bank at Southfield Reservoir again. Must be crazy. So thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget, fish on, and we'll see you on the bank at Southfield Res. Ta-ta for now.